everyone, this is Kimmy Wyatt, and welcome to this gang stalking targeted individuals video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and be sure to click that notification bell so that you will be one of the first to get notifications of new videos I post up. Okay, why do I have a glove on? You're going to find out. Okay, but before I show you what I need to show you, please get pen and paper or pencil and paper. Open up a note app in your phone, laptop, desktop, right on the palms of your hand. Doesn't matter. Excuse me. You know how you can be just fine and then you start recording and you get something in your eye? Really? Okay, so I'm going to give you 10 terms and I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to look up those, 10 seconds to get those items or that item so that you can jot down these terms that I'm going to give you. Okay, so let's go. The first 4 terms, please add stalking to the end of the term. The first one is gang, group, electronic, and cause, C-A-U-S-E. The next term is perps. If you live within these here United States, trust me, you live within a 10-mile radius of a perp. Okay? I'm going to try to get a little more comfortable. Let's see. The next one is going to be, or is, let's see, organized crime. Please don't go by what you think you know, what you've read in a book, what you've looked at on TV, a movie. Please look up organized crime. And this is even if you're a police officer, seriously. If you're not a special agent or something like that, yeah. The next term is targeted individuals. I am a targeted individual. Okay. Next one is let's see, empath. I'm also an empath. E-M-P-A-T-H. E-M-P-A-T-H. Super empath. Okay. I'm a super empath. I'm an empath and a super empath. And lastly, let's see. Targeted individual, organized crime, empaths. Oh, flying monkeys. Flying monkeys. Yeah. And also, just to see if you guys are doing your research on these terms, I ask that you guys tell me, out of the 10 terms I gave you, I think I did give you 10, gang stalking, group stalking, electronic stalking, cause stalking, perps, and I think I told you if you live within a 10-mile radius of these here United States, you live within a 10-mile. If you reside in these here United States, you live within a 10-mile radius of a perp. Even if that's a rural area, you guys, honestly, it's gotten that bad. Organized crime, perps, organized crime, targeted individuals, empath, super empath, and I think the last one I gave you was, what is the last one? Oh my God, I know I gave it to you. Targeted individual, organized crime, empath, and perp. Okay, I did. Flying monkeys and super empath. Okay, so what I have to show you guys today, first of all, if you want to see what I'm going to show you, the nails. If you want to see how the nails, one of them really looked before the part of the nail got taken off or whatever, then go to Kimmy This Week, 300 videos, 19 playlists. One of those playlists is called Kimmy This Week, and within that playlist, it's Kimmy This Week for the week of September 22nd through October 12th. Okay, don't quote me, or October the 13th. And yeah, and as a matter of fact, I have to post up the new one coming up. But yeah, within that playlist, I actually show you guys 2, I think, of these nails. Since then, however, the end, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, of one of the nails or the part, you'll know what I'm talking about, has either been torn off or removed from me moving the nail. I seriously doubt it because it was soldered on. And yeah, so I'm going to go into detail. I'll be right back. And this is all you're going to see of me. And oh my God, you like my K? Okay. Okay, I'll be right back. Well, I got to get up. Okay, I'm back. Well, what I have here is 3 sets of nails, and just a moment. Okay, thanks for that. So what I have here, you guys, is 3 sets of nails, and let me give you a little history on these nails and why I'm showing them to you. First of all, a lot of people don't realize that electricity is a conductor. Nails are a conductor of electricity and also sound. Okay, they're conductors of electricity, and especially electricity. And so I took electrical courses as a young girl. And so I knew this. I've been knowing it, but never thought I would be going through being spied on, etc., etc. So, but you can see my skin through. I was like, what is that on my gloves? It's my skin. But yeah, and so what happened was the people above me got evicted. I knew this for a fact because I saw the notice on their door, done deal. And I noticed the lady kept trying to come back. They broke up because he went his way and they separated, but they also got evicted. And so supposedly rumor because she started messing with the dude across the hall. Okay, I'm going to give you details. And so, but I noticed after eviction, she was still coming to the apartment and literally opening up the door, parking in the carport. You have to be a resident to do that. And I noticed this and I'm like, how is she able to do this when she no longer lives here? And she was bold. I mean, literally we just opened up the door, and this is after eviction. Then I noticed a second eviction. I didn't even know they did that. You get evicted and you're still there. There was a final warning or something. And I saw that notice as well. Well, didn't see her for a moment, but what I did notice, and she's back here, okay, but what I did what I did notice, however, was even before they moved, was 3 pieces of wood that was stacked on top of each other, like this, just literally stacked on top of each other up against their apartment outside. And I'm like, what in the world? I noticed it had nails in it. And I'm like, okay, this is not sentimental. This is not something. But of course, it's at their door. So, it's their stuff, and I'm like, this is not like it's a garage or anything, me being analytical. And so after they moved, that's when I noticed that was still there, as well as an electrical surge suppressor. So nothing outside of their apartment door, the back door, was moved. And I'm like, that's weird because they're gone. She's definitely gone now, although temporary. And maintenance has been in to clean the apartment. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just checking out things. If these were important to them, they would have come back and got them. So what I did, I threw them in the trash. I threw them away because they were gone, and they had even a second eviction. And I didn't just throw them away right after they left. With her still being up there, unlocking the door, definitely. But after I knew she was definitely gone, and she didn't take them, and she didn't take them, I knew something was, I said, this is suspicious. So I threw them in the trash. These were like 2x4s, and yeah, they were like 2x4s, basically, pretty lengthy, but, and so after I threw them away, fast forward, I went back up to see if some more was there. And this is where they messed up. They put additional ones there, but they were even longer, like 1.5 length of the original ones. And I'm like, wooey. And so if I had to get footage, these were probably about, put it this way, I could not stand them up in my ceiling, on my walls. They actually leaned on the wall because they were so freaking long. Okay. I'm 5'3". So my ceiling is, I know, at least 16 feet minimum. And so I knew something was gone, and they were leaning. So you're talking about 20 plus feet long. Okay. And so I got one and I brought it down and brought it into the apartment. But before, back up. When I went up and noticed some new ones there with the nails in it, in them and everything, just like the other ones, what I did was ask the maintenance dude. He just so happened to be upstairs, one of the maintenance guys in the apartment, and the back door was open. So I asked him, did he know what these were for? And I said, yeah, there were some more there, and I threw them away. He said, yeah. And he said, they were in the apartment. These are the new ones, you guys. And I was like, huh? And so I'm assuming them seeing them out there before the others, someone put them, maintenance put them outside. Okay. Like, just like the other ones stacked on top of each other. And I was like, whoa. And I said, can I have them? He said, yes. So I brought one down. There we go. I brought one down, and the other two being so long, I put them over the rail and just let them fall into the grass because they were so long, you know, short trip. And so I went downstairs and got them and brought them in. They were so long, as I said, that they were leaning up against my wall in my dining area. They were there for like 2 or 3 days. Didn't like the sight, and so I put them in my bedroom, and of course leaning up against the wall. Got tired of them there, and I started proceeding to take the nails out one particular early morning. I don't go to sleep till different times, so I'm sure it was like early morning. And what I did, I stopped. I'm like, okay, these are real hard to take out, you know. And at the angle that how they were angled, I couldn't really get a good grip on them anyway. At least one of them, well, all of them, but one at a time. So I just left it alone. Brought them back into the dining area. Just said, forget it. I'm tired of looking. About 2 weeks passed by, and brought them back into the dining area. They were up against the wall and leaning on a chair. Okay, the back of a chair. And so really long. And so what I did, I straddled each one of them, or 2 of them, and then started proceeding taking the nails out. Now, keep in mind that the 3 pieces had the three nails each. Okay, 1, 2, 3 on one end of the pieces of wood. Okay, these are 3. Could have been 1 from this one, 1, 2 from that one, but there was only 3 nails at the end of I'm looking at my skin coming through. This looks just like weirdly weird. You see the brown. Yeah, so there's 3 nails each on the end of the 3 pieces of wood, this size. It was about 40 total, or about 42, 43 total in all 3 pieces of these nails. Okay. And what I did, I took the nails out of 2 of the pieces of wood, and if you look at how blunt these are on the end, that is because I had to reverse hammer the nails. Okay, 2 something in the morning, I'm assuming, and so you know you're making noise, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to make perps above me, but you know you have to be neighborly, and so I decided instead of doing the last one that I would wait until the sun came up. Okay. And I went to sleep. When I got up, I proceeded to do the last one. This is, now mind you, 2 of these nails fell on the floor. Obviously, these 2 out of the whole set. I threw those nails away. I threw the other sets of, so these did come out of the last one. Duh. Okay, these are from the last one. I threw all the nails away, and I'll explain what's going on with this nail. And so, yeah, these all came out of the last piece of wood, because all the other nails were thrown away. So I was about to throw them away, from the last piece of wood, and that's when I looked and noticed that there was something sticking out of the nail, and I got another one out, and it was like the Lord said, "Don't throw those away. Look at the nails." So I'm throwing away nails, and I never looked at the previous set of nails. And I noticed, if you look at this really close, and I'm going to try to get down here. You can see, let me try to pull my glove up a little bit. You can see here and here, on that one. Yeah, you can see this one better if I turn it to the side. You can see here and here on this one, and you can see, okay, here it's on the opposite side. It's over here, and let's see, it's here, and where's the other? Oh, right here. You can see where something was there. Now, if you go to Kimmy this week, for the week of September 22nd through October the 12th or 13th, I'm not for sure, you will see one of these. It was one of the curved ones, and you'll see a little part sticking out, but longer, sticking out one of these. Where that part has gone to, I don't know, that little piece. But yeah, these were soldered on. And so when I swept the floor, that's when I found, which I do often, that's when I found these 2 that had fallen on the floor. Okay. And I'm trying to get them as close as possible so you can see, but it does better. There you go. I'm trying to get it as close as possible. Yeah, these were, and it was two each on every freaking nail. So that let me know that when I was pulling them out, which was kind of strenuous, especially for these bigger ones, these were pretty easy. I must have broken off this piece from the other one. Here's a weird thing. This is hard. So when you solder something on, it's actually, or some people say welded, but welded is usually bigger items. When you solder something on, it's because of the heat. It's on, you know, and so this is hard. And so that makes it weird that this piece is gone here. I don't think they knew that I had these if they took it off. Okay. If they took it off, they didn't know, one, that I had already did a video, Kimmy, this week, where you can see the one of these, it was a curved one, see the piece sticking out. And two, they didn't know I had these two that fell on the floor. God is good. And so, yeah, I knew when I moved into my place, these, you know, nails being conductors of electricity, but I knew when I moved into my place, I had 11 Bluetooth devices in my apartment, you guys, and I didn't even move in that day. I dropped off 4 chairs, and, you know, just alike chairs, just alike, and I left. But I noticed I had 11 Bluetooth devices. They had already found me. I knew then that they had already found me. They knew how they found out where I moved is a mystery, because I kept my stuff under wraps. It's not that they found out where I moved to. They found out exactly what apartment I was in. And so these idiots will go to the ends of the earth. All it takes is a female pretending like she's me. And even if they ask for my social security number, which they have, you know, well, what's the social security number? They know my voice, and I'm sure they asked questions and did their due diligence as far as investigating this voice. But if that person's supplying the information, someone is literally knocking on my door, and I know it is after midnight. Who is it? Okay, I'm recording. No, sweetheart, I don't have any. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so, I apologize for that. I could have pressed the pause button, but, so I forgot where I was. Yeah, so what happened was, I knew, just to go in, because I got distracted. I don't know what I was talking about, but I knew that these were conductors of electricity. Nails are. I knew something was weird because this part is sticking out. Every last nail, obviously, because you can actually see it on this one as well. You can see the little pieces. You see where this right here and down here. Okay. Yeah, conductors of electricity. Here, this nail here was in an electrical outlet. There were actually 2 of them. Now, I'm not going to say they took these because I would take them with me. Just discovered them, opened up an electrical faceplate in my bedroom, and the screws for the actual electrical outlet, and these 2 fell on the floor. There were 2 of them, and I've had them. I take them with me. I took them with me knowing I was going to do a video, and then I would put, when I take my stuff out of my pocket or whatever, I would put them on the cabinet in the kitchen. And one did fall one time, but I picked it up. So this is all I had. I mean, I have left these on the cabinet. Obviously, they didn't. I was either coming back, and they knew I was coming back, and they didn't have a chance to get the other one. And yeah. But yeah, this is copper. These are copper. Okay. These are copper. Definitely conductors of electricity, copper. So you guys be careful. Your refrigerator can be manipulated. And I think I was telling you guys that when I moved in my apartment, I had 11 Bluetooth devices in my apartment. And I have a friend that sells Bluetooth device items. And he was like, no, you want to, he said Bluetooth. He's telling me about Bluetooth and we're on the same page. I'm like, yeah, we're not talking about Wi-Fi, you guys. We're talking about Bluetooth. Bluetooth has to be in the vicinity of the area within a certain amount of feet within yourself or whatever, your phone or whatever you're trying to connect it to. It has to be within a certain range. Wi-Fi, however, a little further or a lot further. But Bluetooth, no, it has to be within, so they're in my apartment somewhere. And ironically, I have also noticed when this idiot who lives above me wants to come in my apartment, he will turn them off because he will take things. And so he doesn't want the people to know that he has taken this or taken that or gone in my refrigerator and did this and did that, eaten some of my food, whatever the situation is. So because they are idiots, they believe that this, I already know. I'm an empath. I'm a super empath. This is empath. This is what he's telling them. Oh, it's down. It's down right now. You can't see, but he's coming in. Okay. So they came into my place and did fingerprints. Yay. And because they were definitely coming into my place. And I also have, I can't, certain things I'm not going to say, could say, but I'm not going to say. But yeah, so look at that copper. Yeah, so you guys be careful. I'm going to be doing more videos in electronic stalking. This is not a joke. A lot of you are wondering why your refrigerators are making noise, and you're thinking, this is you thinking, oh, it's going out. It's just making noise. No, especially if you live in an apartment and it's new, or if it wasn't making that noise yesterday, it shouldn't be making loud noise today. I'm just keeping it real. Your microwave can be manipulated. Your stove, cameras can be put basically anywhere. And the high-tech cameras can be put in basically on anything and can see through walls, can see through this, can see through that. I'm also going to be doing a video on some devices that you cannot hide from. You can't. They pulled one on me just as of this morning. I'm sleeping in my bedroom and piled up. They could not see me. I'm looking around and making sure I hid myself very, very good. Yeah, here comes the equipment coming down the wall. Not only that wasn't good enough. They still could not see me. So I started hearing a humming noise. They don't know that I know, which they should know that I know, that before where I moved from, my next door neighbor who became a perp, when I would get in the shower, that humming noise would be on the other side of my shower, the longest wall, which was her wall. And she even said to me one day, and have you heard that humming in that noise, that buzzing in the wall? Like, I was at her place at the time, and I stopped talking to her, very, very evil lady, and started had myself and another lady get into it. I didn't know she was messy like that, but I did know she was messy like that because the Lord showed me. But then I thought I was wrong. Well, I was right, and before I even really started, I would speak, but keep going, and I was right. She was very messy, and did you heard that humming, that buzzing, and the noise in the wall? And I'm like, no, I haven't heard that yet. And that's what she was referring to. She knew, she knew what was going on, and I know in my heart she did. So basically anything that you own can be manipulated. In other words, if it comes on, it's electronic. It can be manipulated to watch you in your place. And I'm going to tell you, the more you learn about this, if you are a victim, the more you're going to be watched. They're hackers. They hack your computers, everything. The more you learn about this whole ordeal and what's going on with electronic stalking, cause stalking, gang stalking, group stalking, and I heard there's other stalking that I haven't mentioned, but the gist is stalking, then you're going to be a target, literally. Yeah. And I forgot to say, if you are an empath, for which I am, you are definitely 110% going to be a targeted individual. Okay. However, if you're a targeted individual, doesn't necessarily mean you're an empath. Okay, so check your electrical outlets. They will use your electrical outlets to spy. This was a shocker to me. They also use the ground wire of your electrical outlets to do whatever. Just evil, But one thing's for sure, these cameras, and there's different types, and I'm not talking about the type of camera you get from Walmart. You can get this type of camera from Walmart. Some of them, trust me, the high-tech ones you can't. They're very expensive, and they don't have that many of those. And I'm talking in the thousands, the ones that can literally see through walls. And I'm not talking, DeWalt makes an item that can see through walls. It's for plumbers, basically, so that they can see pins behind the wall so they don't tear down your entire wall. Okay, makes sense. Criminals, however, are using that technology coupled along with other technology and spying on people in their apartments, okay, and their places. Pedophilia. But I'm going to tell you, these are not the DeWalt, and not to promote DeWalt. And I started not to mention the name. It actually slipped. This is not DeWalt that I'm talking about. This is like, I don't know if you guys remember when they were looking for David Koresh in Waco, Texas, and he was hiding. He was at a compound that he owned, and he was a dude that was married, polygamist, married a lot of ladies and young teenagers, and which is against the law. And so they were looking for him, and he had kidnapped, although I don't think he hurt any of them. He basically, when he found out they were coming after him, he kidnapped some of them. Well, if you recall how they found him on the outside, law enforcement, we're talking special agents, was using this equipment that can actually see through walls. Concrete, you guys. I'm telling you. So I will be doing a video on 5 devices that you cannot hide from. They used one of those devices this morning. Okay. They don't have that many of those. So someone came over, brought the equipment, and like I said, I can write a book on them. I was that well hidden that it pissed them off that they cannot see me. Okay. So this is Kimmy Wyatt. You guys, I'm going to be doing more videos and schooling you guys on what is going on. They're not going to get away with this. Okay. I'm going to make sure, because I'm going to say it again. Not that I wanted this to happen to someone else. I asked them many times with Bluetooth devices. In every place I've lived, there's been Bluetooth devices. Here was just more than the other places. Okay, let me say that. But I've asked them, I asked them multiple times, leave me alone, go mess with someone else. Why are you messing with me? Blah, 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 blah. It did not work. It did not work. So suffer the consequences. And I'm going to tell you, if I was a perp, one of their little puppets they have, I would have told them a long time ago, or once I saw like three or 4 weeks in, you guys leave that one alone. I mean, she knows. I mean, why are you, you know what I'm saying? And I hate to say, the people up at the top, not the top, but the people in the middle, the gang stalkers, okay? And perps are gang stalkers too, but the gang stalkers, the upper level, those people are usually Guatemalans, Salvadorans, Hondurans, and anyone of Mexican descent, female and male, and also perps, female and male. So, and like I've said before, I have more women, almost as many women, watching me and enjoying watching me in my apartment as men. And what the scary thing is about that is not scary, but scary in a nasty kind of way. You are a woman, and even above my head, and you are allowing men to watch another woman. What has happened to you in your lifetime? Because that is totally out of character for any woman, a real woman, to do. I don't care if she's a lesbian. I don't care what a butchie, what do they call some of the other dude? I don't care what is going on in her life. She is not going to allow or be a part of another female being spied on in her apartment. But you got to keep in mind, I got a lot of stuff to post to you guys. Heightened jealousy. See, when you have a heightened sense of, and look these up, narcissistic personality disorder. Most of them have that. When you have a person with NPD, they have a heightened sense of jealousy. I mean, they will go to this proof in the pudding. They will go to the ends of the earth to do whatever it is they're trying to accomplish, and they will get other people involved in it. Duh. Okay. They want other people to do their dirty work. Duh. And they cannot stand rejection. They cannot stand the fact that you are not following them, going along with their little plan, blah, 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 blah. You don't want the vehicle. You don't want the weed. You don't want the drugs. You don't want the the little debit card. You don't want to have anything to do with them. They do not like that at all. On top of worshiping Santa Muerta. Okay, and that's Muerta. Please look up Santa Muerta, you guys. And I did not say Santa Claus. Yeah, most of the people, Guatemalan, Salvadorans, Hondurans, worship Santa Muerta. And my friend is of Hispanic descent. I have several friends of Hispanic descent, and he basically broke it down to little ones have said, no, not little ones. Each one of them over the years since this has been happening to me have said little things, about Santa Muerta. Initially, I didn't even know how to spell Muerta, and stumbled across a video on YouTube, and I was like, oh my God, it was over a year that I got, the spelling of Santa Muerta by running across a video on YouTube. Okay. But he told me, he said, you know what, they worship Santa Muerta. And I'm like, I already, at this point, I knew what Santa Muerta, who Santa Muerta is or whatever, the being. And he said, yeah, he said, they will go to Santa Muerta or pray to Santa Muerta or whatever and ask Santa Muerta to give them this, whether it's good or bad. And Santa Muerta in return, but they have to return the favor and do what Santa Muerta asks them to do. I'm like, just look it up, you guys. It's crazy. Okay, sadistic. I'm like, are you serious? Are you for realio? So yeah. So, and then on top of that, the sad part about it, they have a lot of Black African perps before I go. And honestly, this is not just me saying this. I knew something was wrong when I noticed this first started. That was over 4 years ago. Hispanic, Guatemalan, Salvadorans thought they were just Mexicans, Hispanics. And I did not understand why they would not speak to Black African people on the property that I lived on. They would mean mug you, and out of a 30-something building property, there was only about literally 10 residences or 10 apartments that were occupied by Black African people, and one was African. I knew that. Okay, they were in another building across from me. So there were not that many Black African people in this particular complex. And so they would mean mug you if you spoke to them. And I knew that was out of character for regular Hispanics and Mexicans. I'm like, no, something's not right. So I asked my Mexican friend, Eddie, I said, man, what's wrong with y'all? He was like, what's up? I said, y'all don't, and mind you, I discussed it with another resident, and I thought it was just not just me, like they were just doing me like that, but I thought that it was, to get confirmation from another resident was amazing. Like, yeah, like, what's wrong with them? So I asked Eddie, I said, man, what's wrong with y'all? And he was like, what's going on? He's like, what? And I said, y'all don't speak to anybody anymore, anyone or whatever, or however I said it. And he was like, huh? I said, the complex I live in, I mean, they're just like mean. They literally will mean mug you, like burn you with their eyeballs. And he was like, man, and I'm not going to expletives. I'm not going to tell you how he said it, but he informed me very clearly that they were not Mexicans and they were not Hispanics. He said, that's because he said Mexicans. He said, that's because they're not blah, 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 blank, blank, blank Mexicans. And I was like, huh? He said, those are Guatemalan, Salvadorans, Hondurans. And not to put his business out there, and I won't, but he knew that the Cubans used to man that area, basically, run that area, for lack of words. And because he was over there all the time for a reason. And he said, now the Guatemalan, Salvadorans, Hondurans do. Also, before I go, I have 19 playlists as mentioned on YouTube. 2 of those playlists is called The Blue Cup in the Attic, and another one is called TBCITA, Circumstance or Evidence. TBCITA is the acronyms for The Blue Cup in the Attic. That just would have been too long of a title. And so I have Circumstance or Evidence number 5, and what circumstance blah, 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 or evidence is me knowing in my heart, you guys, check this out, I was spied on, or I've been spied on longer than I realized I'm being spied on. The Blue Cup in the Attic is me realizing I'm being spied on. TBCITA, Circumstance or Evidence, is me knowing in my heart I was spied on. Giving incidences, number 5 is coming up, that I was spied on. I've been spied on for a long time. Even longer than, you guys, I've gone back 3 times. Like, oh God, back in 2000, but then here we go again. Oh my God, even further than that. Here we go again. OMG, you know, this was happening. So I'm talking about offices I've had. I'm talking about, you guys, I got some stuff to tell you. So just be careful. Everything is not what you thought. And I'm saying thought because I'm really asking you guys to change your thinking and stay woke. Please stay woke, you guys. It is not all about you, meaning it's not just, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's not just your thinking pattern. Oh, that's just, if you live in an apartment, you hear noises. Oh, that's just my neighbors. When you hear, I've heard so many people, man, they make some weird noises. And I'm like, yeah. You guys, please wake up. You're being spied on. That's abnormal for that particular, them going into detail type of noise to be in your walls. Okay, that is not normal. You guys wake up and smell the coffee. Okay, this is organized crime. They're making about 16 million total a month. It's in California. I'm in Texas. Okay, it's in Houston. It's everywhere. Anywhere that electricity is available and internet service. There's probably someone that's being spied on, targeted. Okay. And I'm not only targeted, I'm targeted. When you're targeting people, you're spying on them. Okay. That comes with the territory. So I got to go. Hasta la vista. And you post your questions below, post your comments below, like the video, etc., etc., etc. But more importantly, please subscribe to the YouTube channel because I have so much to show you guys and tell you guys. And I will be doing more videos on electronic stalking. Scary to you. Yeah. Before I go, sadly, pedophilia has heightened. You haven't heard of a pedophile getting arrested, have you? In who knows when. You know why? Because all the victims have a channel, basically. A private channel. They're spying 24/7. I have a channel. I probably have more than one. People will subscribe outside of the country. People will subscribe to these channels basically so that they can see that person 24 hours a day if they're at home. Okay. I used to have 18-wheelers when I was living in my vehicle for 6 months, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I would have 18-wheelers come and park next to me, no matter where I was. And then I don't know if you guys knew this. When it comes to internet service in your vehicle, an 18-wheeler can get way better internet service than you. Okay? Remember that. So, yeah. They would come and park. I mean, sometimes 3 and 4. If I moved, we're talking an 18-wheeler. That one would probably or probably not eventually show up where I moved to. I'm faster. I'm not an 18. I wasn't driving an 18-wheeler, but others would come to the new area. I'm talking like this. This is me. This is me. Well, it doesn't want to be me. Okay. This is me. Makes sense. Little things sticking out. Here's the 18-wheelers. Not blocking me in. I don't want you to think they were blocking me in. I'm just saying. 18-wheelers. So, gotta go. Hasta la vista. Buenos Aires, buenas noches. Arrivederci. Au revoir, salida. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Some of you need to let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Ciao bella, ciao bello. Gotta go. Smooches. Stay in contact. You guys, look at all my stuff. I just posted up a donation video. I need your help. I know this. I've come to the realization. There also, before I go, look up the four let me see, not the 4 types of gang stalking, the purpose of gang stalking, or the four goals of gang stalking. One of those goals is to stop a person from making money, and I will give them this credit. They have succeeded in that because unlike you, and even you probably can't do it, but just don't know you shouldn't be doing it. I can't pull out a laptop. I make my money via the internet. Period. Mostly 90%. I can't pull a laptop out like you can. I hate the word can't, but it is what it is. They've already stolen 450 gigabytes of data. Thank God I had backups. So I just can't,
oh, let me pull out my laptop and, you know, they know. As soon as I pull my laptop out, and I've done it, even just to put music on my phones, real quick, they're in, above my head. Okay? So, bye. Bye.